They built an empire on a story, a narrative of persecution, of escape, of victimhood that has generated hundreds of millions of dollars. But now, a voice from within the very aristocracy they condemned has issued a final, devastating ultimatum that threatens to bring it all crashing down. Lady Colin Campbell, the insider who has been right about royal scandals for decades, has just drawn a line in the sand for Harry and Meghan with 7 chilling words: tell the truth or pay the price. Before we reveal the shocking specifics of her warning and the legal tremors it has already started, you need to be subscribed with notifications on. What Lady C is alleging goes beyond gossip. It alleges a conspiracy to defraud the public, and the consequences could be catastrophic for the Sussexes. This is not another critic shouting from the sidelines. This is a seasoned royal commentator with deep, established sources declaring that the Sussex brand is a house of cards built on lies. And she is not just making accusations. She is presenting what she calls irrefutable evidence of their deceptions. The price she speaks of isn't just public shame. It's about legal liability, financial ruin, and the complete and total collapse of their global standing. If you understand the gravity of what's being alleged here, hit that like button right now. The algorithm must see that the demand for truth is overwhelming. The clock is ticking, and for Harry and Meghan, the bill for their narrative may finally be coming due. To understand the nuclear force of Lady C's warning, you have to look at the empire it targets. Harry and Meghan have meticulously constructed their post-royal identity around a specific story, that they were driven out by a racist, cold, and unfeeling monarchy. This story is their product. It's the engine behind their Netflix deal, their Spotify partnership, and the multi-million-dollar book sales. But Lady C is now asserting, with what she claims is concrete proof, that this narrative is a fabulation. A carefully curated and commercially weaponized version of events that omits key facts, manipulates timelines, and presents outright falsehoods as truth. She isn't accusing them of having a different perspective. She is accusing them of building a commercial enterprise on a foundation of fraud. And while this bombshell drops, make sure you're sharing this video with one person who has followed the Sussex story. Everyone needs to hear this warning. Her ultimatum is simple. Come clean now, admit to the exaggerations and omissions voluntarily, or she will systematically release the evidence she claims to possess, piece by piece, inviting libel suits she confidently claims she can win. This is a high-stakes game of chicken, and Lady C is not blinking. So what is the truth Lady C is demanding they tell? She focuses on 3 core pillars of the Sussex narrative that she claims are fundamentally false. First, the royal racism claim. Lady C does not deny a conversation took place. Instead, she claims the context has been grotesquely distorted. Her sources allege the conversation was not a cold-hearted debate about a baby's skin tone, but a well-meaning, if clumsy, discussion from a senior royal about the press's potential racist reaction and how the institution could prepare to protect the child. She claims presenting this as evidence of the family's personal racism is a malicious misrepresentation. Second, the driven-out narrative. Lady C asserts that the couple had been planning their commercial exit for over a year before they officially left, shopping their brand to Hollywood networks while still representing the Queen. She claims the story of being forced out by a lack of support is a cover for a premeditated, lucrative business decision, and that they betrayed the Queen's trust in the process. Third, the Kate made me cry incident. Lady C has long stated, and now claims to have witness corroboration, that the reverse of the reported story is true, that it was Meghan who reduced the future Queen to tears over flower girl dresses, and that the Sussexes allowed the false narrative to stand because it fit their victimhood profile. This is the kind of specific, personal allegation that could form the basis of a devastating libel case. The details are damning, and if you're realizing the sheer scale of what's being challenged, you need to be subscribed. We will be doing a deep dive into each of these points in the coming days. So what is the price Lady C is warning of? It's a triple threat that could annihilate the Sussex brand. The legal price. If Lady C publishes her evidence, and they sue her for libel, she is confident she can win. A loss for Harry and Meghan in a British court would be more than a legal defeat. It would be a judicial certification that they are liars. It would open the floodgates for every media outlet they've ever accused to sue them for defamation. It would be a legal apocalypse. The financial price. Their partners signed on for the story of the wronged royals. If that story is legally and publicly debunked as a fabrication, their contracts contain morality clauses that could allow these companies to not only terminate their deals, but to sue for the return of the millions already paid. The entire financial foundation of Archewell would implode overnight. The social price. In the circles that matter in Hollywood and global philanthropy, credibility is currency. To be exposed as having manipulated the public on such a grand scale, using serious charges like racism, would make them untouchable. The very sympathy they traded on would curdle into global contempt. And if you want to see how the public is reacting to this ultimatum, share this video right now and see the discussion explode in the comments. The world is watching. The question is, why has Lady C chosen this moment to issue this ultimatum? Insiders suggest it's a final straw. The royal family has remained largely silent, adhering to never complain, never explain. But their patience has limits. Lady C, and those she represents within the establishment, have watched as the Sussexes continue to monetize their version of events without challenge. They see King Charles building a new, stable reign and Prince William securing the future, and they will no longer tolerate a perpetual, lucrative smear campaign from across the Atlantic. This is the establishment's counterattack, not through an official palace statement, but through a trusted, fearless, and legally savvy insider who is immune to their accusations of bigotry. She is the messenger, and the message is simple: the free ride is over. The truth will come out. The only choice Harry and Meghan have is whether they want to be buried by it, or if they want to come out from under the rubble themselves. Lady Colin Campbell has lit the fuse. She has given them a chance to control the explosion. But the window is closing. Tell the truth, or pay the price. This is no longer a royal drama. This is a showdown. And for Harry and Meghan, the most important story they will ever tell will be the one they tell next. The choice is theirs, but the consequences belong to us all to witness. This is a developing story of immense importance. We are committed to following it wherever it leads, but we operate independently. Your subscription is our only protection. Your likes are our microphone. Your shares are our broadcast signal. So, do not wait. Subscribe, like, and share this video immediately. This is the moment the narrative was challenged, and you were here for it. The truth is not always comfortable, but it is always necessary. Stay with us.